opening statement.
Well, I want to congratulate Texas first and foremost. Rodney Terry and his staff have done a great job. His team in Texas was prepared, and they were better than us. We had a very difficult time running our offense, which is a real testament to their defense, because we've been able to score virtually every game we've played this year, maybe other than once. But their pressure, something you can't really simulate until you're in the game against them. Their toughness, their experience, and then offensively, they have great guard play, and you feel that as well. There are times when we started to score, and then we had an equally hard time defending them. They were the better team, and sometimes you have to tip your cap to the team you played. We were ready. We were prepared. We had a great week. There's nobody up here that didn't want to win as bad as any player in the world would want to win a basketball game. But we ran into a team that was better than us. My comments about this year's team, I could go on forever. I told them after the game, among the many teams that I've had, I don't know if I've ever been more proud of a group, a coaching staff, than this group. What we've been able to accomplish this year speaks for itself. 15-5 in the Big East, being in the Sweet 16 game, and just really we came a long way from November until late March. And these guys right here had a lot to do with it. Really proud of them. I think they represented Xavier University about as well as you can as a student athlete. And this is where we get off. It's always hard. I also told them that the Elite Eight, it's an abyss. It is. If you get to the Elite Eight, it only means that you didn't get to the Final Four. It's about make the tournament. Can you get to the Sweet 16? We did it. And can you get to the Final Four? And where we got off is we got off at the Sweet 16, and we set the tone for a lot of great things moving forward.
Okay, Coach, thank you so much. Let's go to questions.
Myron McAfee, ESPN. Sean, were they different from what you saw on film with them, and how so?
They were quicker. They were, toughness-wise, the one thing that I know a number of those guys, so I think we had a good sense that they were tough, but they're very experienced. We're experienced as well, but their age, their experience, Timmy Allen, who I know really well, I mean, his stats never truly reveal the type of player that he is. He's a winner, and I think these guys will tell you that their defensive pressure and their toughness, we felt it from the opening tip. And look, I've watched them play Kansas twice recently, and when I saw how that game went, both games, you knew you're playing one of America's best teams, and they were that today.
Other questions? Okay, here on the front, on the left.
Adam Baum, Cincinnati Enquirer. Sean, when you took over this program a year ago, Xavier was a little bit stuck in a spot where they didn't really want to be. How much fun was this season to get them back to where I think Xavier wants to be and expects to be?
I mean, all of us here, I mean, trust me, there's a lot of hard work, but we had a blast. I mean, we really did. And I think back to our scrimmage that we had in early, maybe late October, and think about where we were as a group, the lack of familiarity with each other. I don't know if we're allowed to tell you the results of that scrimmage, but I would just say it didn't go well for us. And looking where we're at, I mean, we played a game at Marquette in which we had a couple guys injured, and obviously Marquette is a great team. And, if that game goes a little different at the very end, we might have been co-champs of the Big East regular season. I mean, we played at a very high level. UConn, who I believe can win it all, I love their team. We beat them twice. We went to Providence, to Villanova. We did some remarkable things. And it was never easy for us. And really, sometimes I think as we performed, not everybody really truly understood what we were accomplishing, except us. And but these guys, their work ethic, their unselfishness, you're right. In the Cintas, there's, you commemorate those second weekend teams in the NCAA tournament on the pillars in the refreshment stand, corridor, lobby, whatever you call it. And these guys have one. You know, our history is rich. There's been a lot of Sweet 16s, a couple of Elite Eights, but this group right here will be one of those teams now, and that's something that nobody can take away from them, and certainly nobody can take away from all of us.
Okay, in the middle.
Yeah, right here, Caleb No with WCPO Channel 9, Cincinnati. Adam, I get it, man. It's, you know, emotional. Clearly, you know, it's emotional for you coming off of this thing. What for you, though, personally makes this so tough or emotional?
I mean, this has been one of my favorite years of just playing basketball in general. I feel like this group, we've had so much fun together. I feel like we all gel really well. We have great relationships with each other. And I would say the thing that makes it the toughest is just that I don't want it to end. I don't want this to be the last time I take off this Xavier uniform. So it definitely hits home.
Okay, you have a follow-up? Okay, we'll do that, and then we will take a question from Zoom. Okay.
Paul Frischner, Big East Digital Network. Sule, I know you only got to play 1 year at Xavier, but what are you going to remember most about playing in a Xavier uniform?
I remember these guys. I remember my coaches. I remember the Sentai Center. I remember the faculty, staff, everybody in the building. I remember everything. I know my time here was short. It went by very, very fast. It just felt like I got here in the summer not too long ago. But I remember everything. I appreciate this university. I appreciate Coach for believing in me, giving me the chance, opportunity to come here and play. And I just appreciate everybody.
Okay, let's go to Zoom.
Dan Tortora, please unmute yourself, identify your affiliation, and ask your question.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coach, you see the emotion of this team. The last time that you led Xavier was back in 2008-9. The road to come back to this school and lead this school again, just what it's personally meant to you, and when you look down the line at these student athletes and see their emotions, just what you want to say to them about their fight this season.
Yeah, I mean, I've really said it time and time again. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to be the head coach at Xavier. You know, it's a place that really embraces students. It's a wonderful place to go to school. It's an incredible place to play college basketball at because people care so much. It's the city of Cincinnati. It's the campus community. Like Sule mentioned, you know, our home court, what it feels like. Get 17 home games a year, and these guys play in front of a great crowd all 17 times. You know, the thing about this tournament, I mean, it's incredible because of what you're watching. The thrill of victory and the pursuit of a Final Four for all of us, and the reality of it all ending. And in some cases, careers ending, seasons ending. And it's what makes it so special. But in this case, these guys right here, they gave us everything. They really did. When you lead America in assists, I don't know if you really have to say much more than that. There's only one team that can be number one in assists, sharing the basketball, playing together, being unselfish, and that's what we did for a large part of the season, almost from start to finish. It was, from that perspective, a great journey, a lot of fun, and I think this group right here has set the tone for a bright future as well.
Closing questions now. We'll go to the left here in the middle.
Yeah, so Jack, this is for you or anybody else, if anybody else wants to, you know, comment on it. But Jack, it seemed like throughout the course of the game, especially the first half, a lot of those shots down low that you would typically make just weren't going in, or hitting every piece of iron and not going in. What made it so difficult down there tonight, and how frustrating is that as that's happening?
Yeah, I thought, that was a huge emphasis for our team going into the game. They did a great job of getting me the ball in spots, and I think, Texas, all credit to them. They're a great defensive team. They got really quick guys down there, and I think that kind of sped me up, and I was maybe rushing shots where I could have, taken more time. And, man, it hurts. I love these guys out here. really wanted to win this game. You know, I feel like we all did across the board. But we're not going to let this game, you know, define our season. We accomplished a lot of great things, and we have a lot to be proud of, for sure.
We're out of time, but we're going to sneak in one more question here on the front.
Colby, did this season exceed your expectations? What were your thoughts coming into it, and how do you feel about the way that it turned out?
I wouldn't say it exceeded my expectation, but you know, you set expectations beginning of the season, but just to see it happen in real time is different. So I mean, I've had a blast this season. All of our guys, we put in the work, and I feel like the results showed. And this is a season that everyone should remember and be proud of. So it's been a great season for sure.
Okay, guys, thank you so much, and congratulations on a really terrific season.